Well, hi everyone, I'm Judy Elliott, and coming up today on Lifestyles for Women, do you know the top 10 indications to know if your child is being bullied at school? We'll be giving you some of those today on Lifestyles for Women. Also, have you ever tried your luck at a cornhole tournament? We'll tell you about that. And last but not least, how you can be involved in making a difference today. All this coming up today on Lifestyles for Women. We'll be right back. Well, hi everyone. Thanks for being with us here on Lifestyles for Women. We're going to be telling you about a great event that's headed our way, and with me today is Pam Garland and also Coach Tony Engel, Dalton State Roadrunners head coach. Thanks for being with us
Hey,
today.
it's an honor. I'm thrilled. Not every day you get to be here. I'm excited.
Not every day you're on Lifestyles for Women, is it?
That's right.
Well, we're excited to have you here and to talk about some of a great event that's headed our way. Pam, I know that Certus Bank and you've got together and doing this great event, and it's called Cornhole Tournament to benefit Dalton State College Roadrunners, actually. Tell me a little bit about this, when it is, and how it's going to come about.
Okay, Judy, it's going to be October the 24th from 4 to 7 at Certus Bank. And how it came about, we wanted to help someone in the community, and we found out that the basketball team could use some help, and so we decided that'd be a great way to, help the community, and just a lot of great fun.
Right. Now, I know, Coach Engel, it must be exciting to know that how the community can come together on this one-day event and also help with the college, with the Roadrunners.
Well, we need help. I mean, obviously, this is really our first year to participate in a conference, and we're still growing. It's an early program, and beginning stages to get anything launched takes a lot of effort. It takes money, sacrifice, work, and a lot of things, a lot of ingredients. But Certus, we're very appreciative for them and Pam and what they're doing for us, and of course our basketball team. They're going to be there. We just want to make it a fun event and show how good we are at this game.
Mm-hmm. I know it's exciting that the players will be there, the basketball players, and I think Pam said maybe the cheerleaders are going to be showing up as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Fun. And how does this work, Pam? I know you have prizes, you have a lot of things happening that day. Do you buy tickets? What happens on that day?
To register, you can pre-register if you want to by just calling the bank and having your team register, or you can just show up. You can show up as an individual, or you can have a team. There's 2 for each team. And just pay, it's $20 per individual, and then the winner of the cornhole tournament will receive 20% of the total fees we collect, and then second prize will get 10%, and then the rest will go to the basketball team.
Right, and I know you're going to have hot dogs, you're going to have drinks. I mean, you're going to have a lot of things happening at Certus Bank.
Yes.
It's located right behind
TJ Maxx, the shopping center on Dugout Road, and kind of across from Brewster's Ice Cream. Professional Pharmacy is donating the money to grill out the hot dogs and the food. And we'll also have John D's Yogurt there. They're going to be serving yogurt. So
good.
We'll have a 50-50 raffle. So anybody wanting to buy tickets is $1 per ticket. They can call the bank and purchase them, or they can just show up the day of the event and purchase them at that time. And we'll also be having a silent auction. We've had a lot of business owners to donate, items and gift cards. So I think it'll be a really good time.
Right. Coach, what a great event for the team.
Well, they're competitors. They're going to have fun. You just throw those little bags, and it hits that little cornhole, and goes in the back. So they're going to be competing, and the players are going to make it fun for anyone that shows up. Matter of fact, it's not too many things I ever just give up practice for, but we just eliminated a practice so our guys could go over there, bond, have some fun, sign autograph, pictures, whatever they want, just a thing for the community and get a little support. And it's something that we really believe in, and I think I know people are going to have a ball with some of the personalities of some of the guys on our team.
Hey, that's a great idea. You also mentioned we can get a picture made with them, and maybe You have a little fun that way, too.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a fun thing. But they're competitors now. They're going to really try to win that, the cornhole tournament,
I don't blame them.
A lot of people are like, what is a cornhole tournament? Well, it's pretty easy. You just have this little, what is that?
It's a bag, like a bean bag with
Okay,
corn
just
in
throw
it.
it into the hole, right?
Right,
Yeah.
throw it in the hole.
All for a great cause, benefit the players, basketball players, road runners at Dalton State College. Hey, wish you luck this year. You're going to have a great team.
Well, I certainly hope so. Appreciate it. We can always use that luck, Judy. Thank you.
All right, thank you,
Thank you.
Pam. Again, that's October the 24th at Curtis Bank. Show up at what time?
4 o'clock to 7
4
o'clock.
o'clock to 7 o'clock. Don't miss out.
Don't miss out.
All right, Coach Pam, thank you so
Thank
much. And we have much more coming here on Lifestyles for Women. We'll be right back. Welcome back again to Lifestyles for Women. Well, did you know that October is National Bullying Prevention Month? Well, today we're going to be talking about that with my co-host here today is Connie Hall Scott, and we're going to be talking about 10 top indicators to know if your child is possibly being bullied. And I know, Connie, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but
Yeah.
a lot of kids, it's very harmful. Bullying is very harmful from a mental, physical, a lot of different ways. Even self-harm, it can cause children to do self-harm to themselves. But I know that you've done a little bit of research with me, and let's talk a little bit about some of the top 10 indicators.
I think one huge one would be looking for, if you suspect your child is being bullied, look for physical signs like bruises or cuts, scratches, because I believe it's 1 out of 10 students or children report having actually been physically pushed or tripped or something like that.
Right. So things that are out of the ordinary that could cause, that could be, not the same regular activity, but you could notice maybe bruising on your child.
Yeah, and I think in cases that, don't you, that maybe if it went to self-harm, you could even look for, are they cutting, are they, anything like that.
Right. And unfortunately, bullying can start at a very young age. It doesn't really have to be in the teenage years, but
That's
can
what
be
I've
even
read.
in grammar school.
Yeah, I think it's really sad. Being a mother, I haven't had the issue at home, but just hearing things that have happened to other children and being a mom, you don't want anything at all bad to happen to your little one, and it's heartbreaking.
Right. And changes in appetite. I know we talked a little bit about that earlier. Changes in appetite could also be an indicator that something may be going wrong. If you're packing your child's lunch, for instance, and they're bringing
They're not eating it, or they're not eating dinner, or maybe, I think that goes along with depression,
Right.
which could be caused by bullying.
Right. Another one is frequent days.
Missed sick days at school.
Tell me about that one.
I think that I read that in a survey that 5% of 12 to 18-year-olds will be missing a lot more school than your average student. Because they don't want to go. They wouldn't want to go face the bully, or just, I guess, the anxiety of making it to school that day.
Right. Another one, number 4, is, and these are not necessarily in order, but missing personal items. Like if your child is taking maybe an iPhone or iPad or any type of toys even to school, and they come up missing, or they're destroyed, and your child doesn't want to talk about that.
Oh gosh, yeah. I would think that even on the bus would be a big place for that, when there is less maybe supervision. But I would think too that would be with the younger kids. I don't know, an iPhone, it could be that, it could be high school kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, grades going down. That's a very high indicator as well.
Yeah, my thoughts on that would be simply that, they're not able to focus as well because they're so stressed out about the whole bullying situation. It seems like it would affect almost every aspect of a young person's life.
Yeah, definitely so. A tendency of self-harm, that's number 6 on our list, but what do you feel about that? Could be depression?
Yeah, I think it would be maybe a feeling of worthlessness, don't you? And I've read a little bit on the subject. Well, you know, my sister Angela is a psychologist, and she's talked some about these things. And it seems to be, from my understanding, it seems to be just a way that some kids try to release their feelings. You know, by making it, if they're feeling something physical, then it takes away from the mental anguish of it.
Yes, very good. Isolation. We talked a little bit about that. If your child is becoming isolated, they don't want to really mingle socially in groups. Maybe they've lost their close friends. They don't want to have anything to do with them.
Yeah, I guess my thoughts on the isolation would be it would go back to the depression and maybe even social fears. You know, am I going to be bullied? Am I going to be accepted by my peers and that sort of thing?
Yeah. Avoidance. Is that right?
Avoidance?
That doesn't sound right, does it? Avoidance. But you know, when you're skipping classes,
Yeah.
don't want to face up to.
Maybe trying to avoid the situation of running into that person who's giving you trouble, or I think that sometimes when people are bullied, I read this just this morning before I came in here, that they'll be taunted a lot, and maybe they're afraid to go into class and what people are already thinking about them because of the bully or bullies who had been giving them trouble.
I wonder what causes a group of, I'm just going to say boys, but I know it happens with girls too.
I think it's worse with girls these days.
You do?
Yeah, from just talking to friends and, you know, seeing remarks on Facebook, for example. Girls, especially middle school, can get kind of mean these days. And so there's the flip side is it's not only is my child being bullied, but is my child bullying? Or, you know, making bullying, from what I've read, is like an imbalance of power. This group or this person feels like they're able to pick on someone who's maybe
Quieter
or less popular, or you know, less secure with who they are. So
I think they kind of scout that out, don't you think?
yeah, like a predator. You know, like there are certain people who are more prone to get mugged or attacked or something, just because they're not, you know, they're walking with their eyes down, and you know, they look like they could be a victim. Whereas if you're just confident and you're looking on and you're more aware of your surroundings, but that's probably harder for children because they haven't developed all of those.
Sure, right. And loss of sleep.
I'm guessing yes.
Because that is definitely, if your child is, you know, getting up tired, very, very tired. A lot of this can be very stressful when they're being bullied, and so they're losing sleep because they're really not.
Or sleeping too much.
Right.
I think and I think personally that would probably be part of the depression. And I have to take Zoloft because I have a slight chemical imbalance, and I suffer from depression from time to time, and if I don't take the medications. So I can kind of relate to that in that way, you know. If I'm feeling that way, or I've failed to take, you know, the Zoloft for a few days, I'm not going to sleep as much, or I'm going to sleep too much.
So loss of sleep, if you see your child not getting enough sleep, or maybe sleeping too much, as you said, that's definitely could be an indicator as well. And exclusion from social activities.
Like maybe maybe in the younger kids, if someone had a birthday party and everybody in the class got invited but the one kid, or maybe a group of friends who are going out, and this one, maybe the bully girl, for example, would say, hey, let's go to the mall, and name off two, but, you know, we don't have room in the car for you, or whatever, you know.
Yeah, it can be cruel.
Yeah, I think so.
Very cruel.
Well, how about the movie Mean Girls? I mean, it's old, but it's kind of, it sums it all up.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, before our time is up, I mean, I know that we're wanting to let our audience know these top 10 indications that your child could be bullied. Let's kind of run over those in case someone has just joined us, what those are. Go ahead and I'll take some, and you can have those.
Okay, we started with unexplained injuries and change of appetite.
Infrequent sick days and missing personal items, like things that might be in the book bag, or something that might be just not there anymore.
Or lunch money.
And lunch money, okay. And
Suffering grades, tendency of self-harm.
okay. Isolation, maybe withdrawing from your social group, or if they've had close friends in the past and all of a sudden they don't want to be with anyone anymore, they just want to stay in the room a lot.
Yeah.
That's very difficult as well. And the others are,
Loss of sleep and exclusion from social activities.
okay. And if your child becomes where they don't want to go to school or they're missing class, that's certainly another indicator. Loss of sleep and exclusion from social activities. And I think both online and in group
Oh
activities.
yeah, we didn't even touch that. The cyberbullying these days can be bad.
Right. And we've seen some indications of that in the past. Unfortunately, people have taken their lives because of what someone else said.
I know,
on
and it's
social
so
media.
useless. It's so unnecessary.
Right. So with this being National Bullying Prevention Month, Connie, I thank you so much for sharing this with me. I know it's a very important subject.
It is. I think to all mothers and to society at large. Yeah. Do you think we should maybe give a few maybe possibilities of someone who's suffering from bullies before we close off today?
Our time is almost up, but they can go to Facebook and Lifestyles for Women Facebook and give us your questions if you have anything about that.
That sounds great. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you for being with us here. We'll be right back with you in just a moment. We're glad you stayed with us here on Lifestyles for Women. As we continue today, we're going to be talking about Make a Difference Day, and we have with us today Andrea Mansfield and also Jennifer Latour, both of United Way in Northwest Georgia. Appreciate you being here today. Now, a lot of people are seeing flyers that are up, October 24th, 25th, Make a Difference Day. Tell me a little bit, Andrea, start with you about kind of an overview, what it is,
yeah.
et cetera.
Make a Difference Day is the largest day of service that we have in our community. It happens every day on the fourth Saturday of October, but since we have so many projects, we have 17 this year, we're having it on Friday and Saturday, October 24th and 25th. So we have projects all over the community in Whitfield and Murray County, and it is a great day to go out and lend a hand to help someone in need. We have projects like painting or beautification at nonprofit agencies, reading to kids, all kinds of different volunteer service activities.
Great. Now, I know I noticed on the information also the project's been for the past 15 years. Mohawk has been a great, proud sponsor.
Yes.
And that's great as well. Tell me a little bit about, Jennifer, about some of the things that you'll be doing or how people can get involved, just kind of more information on that. And feel free to jump in on that too. So,
if you want to volunteer for one of the 17 projects, we're encouraging people to register online at ourunitedway.org. And they can pick from one of the 17 projects. They can pick more than one if the time lines up and it works out. So
great.
yeah,
great.
it's easy, very easy.
Right.
So.
And there's a lot of people who really want to lend a helping hand, but they just really don't know how to do or what to do. And these projects, I'm sure that United Way has heard from people who need this kind of help. So you're not just out there, thinking you're helping. These are really true needs from the United Way, making a difference.
We have lots of projects that are at our United Way partner agencies, and then we also have projects that are at schools. The Conestoga River cleanup every year is also held on Make a Difference Day. So it could be things like our local Boys and Girls Club is having a project on Friday, October 24th from 10 to 4 to help with their mountain bike park that's behind the Boys and Girls Club. So that's a great way to help kids stay active and healthy after school and in the summers every day. So there's all kinds of different projects. And one thing that is really cool about Make a Difference Day is you can go volunteer by yourself, or you can get a group together, whether it's your church group or your civic club or your family. It's a great thing to do with a group.
Yes, definitely so. And I think, Andrea, and Jennifer, both, you said you can do this online, you can sign up by line, and what was the address again?
Unitedway.org.
Okay, and that's an easy way. Now, if you do not have access to a computer and or you're just not really savvy enough to do that, I'm certain that you could call.
Most
Yes.
definitely.
And the United Way phone number, it's 706-CAN-HELP, CANHELP. Or if you have a landline phone, which you can dial 211 from any landline phone in the area.
Right. Great. All right. Again, Make a Difference Day. It's October the 24th and 25th. Now, if someone just heard this and say they just haven't signed up, can they show up?
Sure.
They sure can.
But they wouldn't know really where to go, would they? I guess.
Lots of our projects, you'll see flyers up, like you said, around town that have a lot of the different project locations. You may get flyers that are home from your child's school or from an agency that you visit or already volunteer with, and so you can get hooked up that way. Certainly you can stop in on projects and see if you can help the day of. One of the cool things about registering online is it helps with capacity. So if there are 10 volunteer slots at a certain time, once it gets full, it'll show that it's full. But if someone just wants to pop in and check, we encourage everyone to go out and volunteer that day. So.
All right. Make a Difference Day, United Way in Northwest Georgia. Thank you, ladies, for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
We appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
And we do thank you for being with us here on Lifestyles for Women. And until next time, I'm Judy Elliott. We hope you've had a great day, and we'll see you next time. And check out our Facebook page.